I wanted to make this video for you today about how to ground yourself, because that's something that's been quite prominent in my life these last few days. I've just finished writing exams, and for the past few weeks I've had my nose in the books and I've been so involved in my university work that I have disconnected from myself more than once. Because we're so susceptible to everything that happens around us, highly sensitive people run the risk of becoming ungrounded or disconnected quite easily. So I've really had my work cut out these past few weeks to make sure that I'm grounded, to make sure that I stay connected to myself. And I want to share some of the strategies and tips that I have with you today. So first of all, what does it mean to be grounded? The easiest way to explain it is from an energetic point of view, is when you are grounded, it means that you are connected in your body. Now, you'll know as a highly sensitive person, we tend to overthink things. So we spend a lot of time in our mental space. And when you are grounded, you move from out your mental space into your physical space. So you actually connect with your body. When you're grounded, you actually stay in the present moment. So you are not focused on the past and what has been, and you're also not living just in the future and worrying about things that's going to still happen and just planning ahead without being cognizant of what's going on in your life right now. So it's very important to ground yourself and to stay grounded. Now, how do you know when you are disconnected? So the more self-aware you are, the more you notice the feelings and the sensations and the emotions that you experience, the easier you'll be able to tell whether you are disconnected. And the way that it shows up for me, for example, is I feel very spacey. I feel very floaty in my head. It's almost like when you are at a party and everyone around you is having a conversation and you are there, you are in the conversation, but you are not really part of the conversation. Everything is happening around you and it's almost as if it is happening through a sheet of water. Another way that I can explain this in, and it's probably going to sound very weird unless you have experienced it for yourself, but sometimes I feel like I'm a boat on an ocean without an anchor, and the water is moving me wherever it wants to take me. But what is disconcerting about this is it feels as if I don't have any edges. It feels like I don't have any boundaries and I don't have anything about me that is solid. And the way that I can explain why this happens is whenever you're working on a project, whenever you are invested in something and you're putting all of your energy into that, the moment that it's completed, the moment that it's finished, this energy that you've been pushing outside of yourself has nothing to attach itself to anymore. So now it's loose and it's free floating, and you need to pull that back into your body. And that's what grounding does for you. So how do you ground yourself? I think first and foremost, what's very important is you should do what works for you, because there's not a one-size-fits-all approach. We're all different people, we all have different experiences, we all are more or less sensitive to a certain degree, and some things will work better for you than others. I'm going to share with you a few of the things that I do, and it's important to remember why are you grounding yourself and what the purpose is. You're grounding yourself so that you can come back into your body, so that you can be present in the here and now, and so that you can detach yourself from the headspace and the thinking that you are spending too much time in. So anything that addresses your physical body, anything that has to do with the physical, will automatically bring you back into your body. And examples of this are drinking a hot cup of tea. Sitting down and consciously drinking this tea will bring you back into your body. Something else that I like doing, which works very well for me, is I like to sit outside and just experiencing everything around me. So when you breathe in, make sure that you feel the air going into your nose, into your lungs, and feel how it fills up your diaphragm. And when you're breathing out, feel how the air actually comes out. If there's a slight wind blowing, focus on what it feels like on your skin. So it's very important to use your 5 senses in order to ground yourself. feel what it feels like when you're sitting there. So you're literally focusing all of your attention on your physical body. Also, of course, when you're walking barefoot on the grass, then that is also going to help you feel grounded because of the sensation, and also the energy from the earth is going to connect to you easier. Now, if you've been watching my videos, you know that I talk a lot about EFT tapping, and that is another go-to favorite tool of mine to help me stay grounded. It works very well. It works better for me than meditation, for example. You don't even need to do the whole routine. You can just tap a few rounds, and while you're tapping, what I like to do is just become cognizant of the sensation of your fingertips tapping the different points. So in this case, for me, it's not so much about what it is that I'm saying, but it's more about tapping my energy back into my body. There are a few things that I can add to this before I finish off. And what you must remember is we need a lot of sleep. We need enough sleep. And when you are very tired, it's very difficult to make any kind of emotional change. It doesn't matter who you are, whether you're a highly sensitive person or not. Secondly, remember that it's not enough to just ground yourself for once. You need to be aware all the time. Like, for example, with my exams that I've been going through now, I grounded myself all the time. I took Epsom salt baths because that also helped just drawing out some of the energy. And I was very conscious and very aware the whole time to make sure that I don't get disconnected too much. And then the last thing that I want to say is that you need to take responsibility for your own well-being. If you notice that you are disconnecting, if you notice that you're not in touch with what's going on around you and that you're spending a lot of time in the past or in the future, then grounding yourself will bring you back into the here and now. So that's what I have for you this week. Please do me a favor and share this with someone who you think it will help. I will be back here next week, and until then, be great, and remember, it's your life, make it count.